Yep. Yep, hit it. I'm not saying it yet, but hit it.
What's up, everyone? Sam, Richard, and Logan with Backcountry Live. What's up? We are going to be announcing the hashtag winners of a couple of our videos, so stick with us. We actually are doing this later than we would have hoped, but life gets away from you sometimes, and anyways, better late than never, right? So who do we got on chat other than ourselves? Looks like we got 4 so far, and it could be I'm on and Sam and Logan. So do we have 3?
We may just have the 3 of us.
Are we on? Are we live on Facebook too?
I don't think so.
Oh, so it's just YouTube. So.
I think it's just YouTube.
Nice. Hope this wasn't the world's most awkward opening.
We're live with ourselves. Hey. Well, the hard part is with this is like, normally, like I think if we are more consistent with a live and do one every month at the same time, I think it'd be better for people because it's the schedule. But either way, people are going to watch it, and so they'll find out later if they won or not. And so this is part of the journey.
So we have,
figuring it.
Yeah, so we have a couple winners to announce, right? So let's just go ahead and get into that, and then we can chat about a couple things after that.
And the battery's turning off on my GoPro. Okay, yeah, so let's jump right into that. So the very first one we did was the V-Moto dirt bike tires. So they were generous enough to give me a set of tires to test out, and then also give a lucky winner to, or basically give a set to a winner to one of our subscribers. So the winner of that is dirt bike, ice hockey. And did I say the whole thing?
It's dirt bikes and ice hockey, I think.
And ice hockey. He is one of our stalwarts. He's bought shirts from us. Super guy. I think he's a 2-stroke lover. So he won the set of tires. So what? Dirt bike and ice hockey, you need to reach out to me. So Sam at backcountrymtmlife.com is my email address. You can also find it in the about section of our YouTube and hit that and click and email me. The details, I'm sure I have somewhere your shipping address, but just we may need to refresh that. So he's going to get a set of V-Moto tires to try out. So hopefully he'll give us feedback and also the pictures.
This might be a dumb question, but like, are dirt bike tires pretty interchangeable? Like, or are they like machine specific? Like, do they all have different size of rims, or they all have the same size mostly?
So
newbie question. Sorry.
Yeah, motocross bikes have a 21-inch rim in the front and a 19-inch rim in the back. Enduro off-road bikes, they have a 21-inch front and a 18-inch rear. So for the most part, I think most of the people watching this channel are going to have an off-road bike. So they're probably going to have a 21-inch front tire and a 18-inch rear tire. Now, we can get into the science of tires. There's so many different variations of tires. But as far as sizes, luckily they're pretty easy. So not too bad.
Putting them on.
All right, so they should work for them. Long story short,
they should work.
That's what I was just trying to ask, Sam. I wasn't trying to ask anything technical.
Oh, I get excited about tires. Like there is nothing like, like a kid getting new like Nikes for the first time. Like getting new tires for me is like, I love it. I've got tons of them.
They're shoes for your dirt bike. I mean, it's the same thing.
Shoes.
So
we joke. Go ahead, Rich.
Oh, no, we joke about what? I want to hear this.
We joke that the best modification you can do on your dirt bike is new tires. And it's not a joke. It's actually the truth. Like everyone thinks they need to go like pimp out their bike, but you just got to keep fresh tires in your bike and good gas.
Okay, that wasn't a great joke. I do have to say though,
We know I'm not
if you
funny,
look at
Richard.
our back, if you look at our backgrounds, you look at Logan's background, and it's like all techie and like clean, modern, and it's like very fitting for his personality. He's like our tech guy. And then you have Sam that has snowboards and dirt bikes and stuff. And if the more you get to know Sam, the more you realize if Sam doesn't spend at least a good solid day out in the wilderness each week, he slowly starts to die. So, and then me, I've got all my books, you know, and some Legos up top. So,
Richard's the smart one that keeps us all grounded.
so.
It's
Anyway,
true.
okay.
It's a reflection of our personality for sure.
I like it. So dirt bikes and ice hockey. So he won that. So now we're giving away some shirts and a shirt and a hat for commenting on 2 of our other videos, right?
Yeah. So we have. I'll do the flash flood one. So a while back we did a video about me going and picking up that Yamaha dirt bike, and it flash flooded. And so let's get their name here. So
You want
I
me to
had
do
it
it?
right here. What's that?
I said, you want me to say it? I've got them here.
Yes, go for it. I got it, but yeah, go for it, Logan.
All
Let's
right.
let the techie organized person do it.
Surprise,
I'm just
surprise.
clicking buttons. I don't know what's happening.
I've got it
Sam's
on
just
here.
thinking about when he gets to go out and ride his bike next. He got
I
distracted.
just got distracted by looking at the
He
dirt
got
bike.
distracted
Like,
after he looked at his dirt bike. He
the
just started
weather's
thinking about
perfect for dirt right now, especially the sand. We should be all out riding the sand dunes.
Well,
Okay,
we-
so
Anyways,
Logan,
Logan, you go ahead and
first-
announce who's going to win the flash flood.
all right. We got a hashtag flash flood winner is Ride Idaho. Ride_Idaho_ was our winner.
What was
And
his
I believe
comment?
it's Tanner, right? I think his name's Tanner.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He said, he said,
looks
go
like
for
it'll
it.
be a fun bike. Can't wait to see more content and how you like it. So how do you like it, Sam?
It is my favorite 4-stroke I have ever ridden. The 2021 YZ250X is blowing my mind. It's so good. I am really enjoying it. So I don't know how else I can say how amazing it is, but it is fantastic. I almost don't want. This is how good it is. So right now I have everyone here. I have all of their dirt bikes in my garage. So we have the 2021 YZ250FX, the 2019 CR250RX, and then behind the camera I have Logan's 2020 Beta RR, and then the Backcountry Live 300 XEW TPI. And I'm bringing all that up is because Richard can pick whatever bike he wants because we're going to be selling his Honda, but secretly I'm going to tell him to take the KTM so that I can keep this in my garage. And the reason for that is if I'm riding really technical, gnarly single track, that Beta 200 is pretty friggin' awesome. So that's kind of where I'm at with the bikes right now.
Now, we were talking about this other day, Sam, and I actually think you said something that I think was a really interesting piece of feedback about the Yamaha 250 and how it doesn't, correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't do as well on the hard technical stuff. It's actually a harder bike. But where it kills is the fast flowy. And so you were telling me you almost prefer that over your favorite bike in the world, which is the KTM 250 on the fast flowy, right? So anyways, just say, but the problem is it just doesn't do well on the hard technical enduro stuff, whereas the 250 really rocks it. So overall, the 250 still is is a better bike from your opinion for what you like. But there's definitely some areas where that Yamaha is significantly better than the 250 is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is like, I feel so lucky and we're blessed to have. Did we just lose Richard? Just lost Richard somehow.
I don't. Am
Yeah.
am I
Now
gone?
I see Richard.
Oh,
We're good.
I just saw Richard. Now leave it.
I'm still
So,
here.
back question, Richard. So we have all these bikes that you're allowed to then kind of niche out. So here where we ride in Utah, we have a combination of everything from fast flowy, single track, gnarly single track, desert, sand dunes. And so it's like, if you could only have one dirt bike, the question is, pick the bike. For me, it's still the 250 KTM 250 XC. It's the best do-it-all bike that I personally have ridden, and what my style of riding. I can go do gnarly single track with it just fine. I can ride fast flowy single track, and it's super fun. The desert, motocross track, sand dunes. It's like, to me, the perfect do-it-all bike. But then if you start saying, okay, let's take certain bikes and make them, that they're like, start putting them in verticals or niches for fast flowy, I enjoy this bike better than my 250 XC most likely. Now, the problem is, like Richard said, it's terrible in the gnarly single track. And I would be way more upset if I didn't have two of the best, in my opinion, gnarly single track dirt bikes you can make, the Beta 200RR and the 300 XCW. So if we're going to ride gnarly single track, I'll just ride one of those. And if I'm going out to the desert, the dunes, the motocross track and ripping, I'm riding that 250 FX. So, and I'm not going to ride the 2019.
I'm just disappointed you didn't. I'm just disappointed you didn't work in flickable, man.
Oh yeah, it is the most flickable four-stroke I've ever ridden. It really.
Speaking of flickable, we have another winner to announce.
Yes, on the flickable
3 winners on this video.
Yeah. So I picked this one. So I overrode everyone else, and I just picked this winner. So Iron Thumb won this bike, or won. Sorry, Iron Thumb, you did not win the bike. You won a shirt and a hat. And he said, so Iron Thumb said, I think that Sam should open up his flickable wallet and buy Richard a 2022 250 RX for an early Christmas present. For some reason, there you go. For some reason, I really like that Honda. I think that a lot of like the hardcore dudes give it a lot of hate. But for me and my riding, I've really enjoyed it. Now, when we went and rode 5 miles of hell, I got off that bike. Well, and I rode a different bike for a minute, and then I switched over. I ended up on your 250 KTM because it really, it was so much easier for me because I kept killing and falling over on my Honda. But other than that, but the thing is, if you guys wouldn't have taken me down there, I never would have just naturally gone and ridden 5 miles of hell. So that was like a forced death march for me. So normally I wouldn't be doing that.
I was afraid I was going to run out of battery and I needed help to haul it out.
Yeah, because we had the battery powered KTM free ride. So anyways,
ride EXC.
So
Go
yes,
ahead, keep going.
And I hear the new 250 RX is pretty killer. So and it has a lot of the similar updates supposedly as the Yamaha, right? Sam is kind of what we haven't ridden it.
So the 19 and the 2021, even though this one feels so much more lightweight, they're actually weigh about the same. The Honda for the 2022 has gone on a diet and has lost around 8 pounds. The other thing is it's narrower and a few updates as well. So it's supposed to be, I'm hearing it's really awesome as well. And that's why I was joking that, Honda send us one, but Honda doesn't send anyone anything. So at this point, this Honda is going to be leaving the garage, and so they can pay for the money that we've already spent. And I do agree with Richard too with the CRF 250 RX. Richard said this in our, we did a little shootout side-by-side comparison between the two bikes. I basically grew to love the Honda a lot as well. And as far as the ergonomics are concerned, it fit me really well. I felt really spread out. It feels really planted, and the faster you go, the better it works. The downside is if you ride a lot of single track, it felt like kind of a heavy old pig, right? It just didn't feel that lightweight feeling that I'm used to with.
Didn't feel flickable.
It's not flickable. That I would not define the Honda as flickable. I would define it as planted. And I don't like that planted feel as much. Out in the desert, when you're high speed whoops, some people like that. That's kind of like the 4-stroke or even the 454-stroke. That's kind of like their expertise. Because I'm so familiar with 2-strokes, I kind of like the bike to dance and just be able to, where I look, the bike goes. That's kind of my riding style. So it's really personal preference. And the great thing is, it's a really good bike. It's not a bad bike. It's a solid bike. It's just not my personal favorite between these two.
Yeah. So, well, anyways, hope you guys liked our little chat about the bikes. We keep getting distracted. So, Iron Thumb. Same thing with that Sam mentioned earlier. Just go email us your information. We can get that shirt and hat, right? Saying that correctly.
Yeah, and basically what you can do is you can go to our website, which is, if you go to bclmtn.com, you can pick out your size and shirt or hat, and what shirt you want, and then just email me, and then, I think everything's up to date, but we did sell a bunch of stuff at a couple of the snowmobile shows, so I'm not 100% sure if we have the right colors and sizes, and so be patient with this. We may have to jumble if you like, hey, I want that one in this size. I'm like, I think we have it, and if we don't, I'll let you know. And then
so you can kind of pick what you want by going to our website.
Yeah, kind of pick what you want, so that way it makes it a lot easier. So
yeah.
So now we have a fireside that we can, we're sitting by the campfire. We can talk about whatever we want. So Logan, what's new in your world, Logan?
Well, I'm getting ready to redo my whole garage and Ryobi Link gear. That's gonna be awesome when that comes out in a couple weeks.
So for those who don't know, we have another channel called Solely Ryobi, and it's all about Ryobi tools. Really, it was just to feed Logan's addiction, kind of like my addiction with dirt bikes. Now we got to find what Richard's addiction is. Actually, Richard's addiction is businesses. Logan loves tools, so we're like, let's build a channel.
I'm happy.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm happy to chat about business topics. We could start, let's talk about business 101 and how to start a company and what ideas stupid and what ideas are good and how to work through that, right? Let's do that.
I mean, yeah, exactly. But before we get off the topic of the link system, it's funny, separately, both of Logan and I, Ryobi's coming out with this whole new link system that we're geeking out about.
Just like both Milwaukee and DeWalt have, and some of the others. They have these they're pack systems. So they're like a toolbox that links together, but they have a whole wall integrated.
The wall. Anyway, both of us separately have been going to Home Depot because they haven't given us a date of when they're going to release. Both of us are consistently going, because he lives in Florida and I'm here in Utah, going to Home Depot probably too much to just see if they've showed up yet. So we are waiting for it. We really want them to show up. We need them for a trade show that we're going to. It'd be super awesome. Come on, Ryobi. So, and then in the sad news, Logan's dog, he's had for almost, was it 15 years?
Yeah, over 15 years.
Passed away. They finally, old, oh my God,
Sophie.
So Sophie waiting for away, and so that's sad. A family member passed away for Logan. Richard wishes his family member, Ruby, his dog, would pass away too, I think. That was not true. That's not true. Speaking of so next week, actually, Logan and I are going to be, if any of you guys are going to the snowmobile show in Boise, stop by. We'll give you some free swag. If you're like, hey, we saw you on YouTube Live by yourselves, with no one watching. We will give you some free swag. So come by and say hi, say what's up. Come BS with us for a little while. Yeah, we're going to be at the Boise Snowmobile Show, which is next weekend. So.
And you guys are going to have, we just barely got a brand new Can-Am, so that you guys are going to take and we'll put tracks on it. So, yeah. So we just picked up a brand new Can-Am Defender Pro something. Dude, Can-Am has the worst names. Like
they have the worst names.
It's like, what is it? My Can-Am Maverick X3 DS Turbo.
DS.
Is that what it is? DS Turbo. That's like so hard to remember. I've had RR. I've had it for almost 2 years. I don't even know. So whatever.
It's so dumb.
Anyways, we got the work version with the bed, and it's a fully enclosed cab. So it's gonna be pretty rad. It seats 6 people. So it's gonna be.
Yeah, we're building it for our other company, Snow Groomers, for a grooming machine. But of course, we're gonna have fun with it with Backcountry Life. And do all the fun stuff with it, and hopefully not get stuck a lot. So that's actually what Rich and I have been doing, and we're trying to get it all set up. And it's with COVID, everything's been like crazy, and no one has anything. So it's been a crazy couple of days of trying to get it ready. We actually were told that this machine wasn't going to show up until like February or March of 2022. So we were like, didn't expect it. And then the guy that we get these from was like, oh, hey, we'll give you a 2-week notice. And he gave me a 2-day notice that it showed up. I was like, oh, shoot. Not that I'm complaining, but I was like, I'm not ready for this. So anyway, first world problems, I get it. It's been fun, but we're really excited about that. So for those that are interested, we're going to do a full walk around what we're building, a full build. And so if you want to see how that works out, stay tuned for some video content.
Our goal is we want to make it into like a snowcat, basically. And that's kind of our goal. And it'll be awesome for summer too, but we're really decking it out for snow groomers and really making it into a snowcat. And so it's going to be fun.
Yeah. And with the cabin property, we have to drive in, like, what is it? 6 miles from where you park?
Yeah.
So we have to drive in 6 miles to the cabin in the winter. And so instead of entire family riding, 4 or 5 people on one little Scandic snowmobile, we've got this bad boy, and it has heat and AC. Like, this is crazy. Like, it's like so crazy that it's like a mini truck. Like, it's blowing my mind. Like, last night I brought it to my house, and my kids jumped in, and I looked behind the seat, and Milo doesn't have any clothes on. I'm like, dude, are you serious? And he's just like in a robe. And he's like, yeah, I'm just too excited. But he turned the heat on, and who cared? Funny. All right, what else do we got? Anything else? So yeah, guys, those are the winners. If you have any questions, email us. Obviously, we want to continue to do this and give you guys some swag for staying and becoming fans or just watching what we're doing. We appreciate it a ton. It really helps us out. So thank you. And I know it's a small gesture for just giving stuff back, but we would love to continue to give hats and shirts, and hopefully get other companies to donate stuff that we can also give to you guys. We'll try to pass along some of that as well. So
yeah, man. I mean, the whole point of doing all of this was to get people active again, get people back out and doing the stuff. And quick shout out to everybody in chat. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Obviously, Dirt Bike's Ice and Hockey was in our chat, so he obviously knows he won. Sam Stevenson jumped on.
Sam, what's up? When you coming back from California, we can ride again. I'll take you out in the desert. I feel like I offended Tim, and he doesn't want to hang out with me anymore.
He said
that's very normal. Sam offends people all the time.
I'm sorry.
You said you need to review his X trainer.
Oh, I know. You don't want me to review your X trainer. It's like, have you broke it in yet? That's all I want to ask. Ask Logan what happens when he lets me break in his bike. the plastics are ripped up, the graphic kit's peeled off, and right now it's muddy.
Hey, it was that way before I saw it, so I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I am a
It wasn't that
friend.
way. It wasn't that way when we bought it.
Oh,
Just when
I
you
guess
saw
that's
it
brand
the first
new.
time, it was like that.
Yep.
I thought my chat was working on here, but it's not. So what else is happening there? So
Yeah,
dirt bike and ice hockey. He found out he's won the tires then, right?
Yep. So he knows.
And he's, I think, building a KTM 200. Is that right? Remind me. Is he going to comment on that?
I don't know if he's still on, but they're making fun of your garage, and that we're gonna have to just go over and take everything out of your garage because it's so decked out, all your toys.
I know. How did Sam end up with all our
sleep in
dirt
the
bikes?
garage.
Hold on. No, let's talk about this. How did Sam have every single one of our dirt bikes?
And my snowboard. My snowboard's up there on the wall.
And your snowboard. It's a con job. It's a con job.
But here's the truth. Okay, quick story about that snowboard, because that is a sick snowboard. I go to buy this snowboard. I need new gear, new snowboard, all this stuff, right? So we go to the store and I start looking at stuff and I'm like, this looks pretty cool. And I turn to Sam and I go, Sam, would you ride this? And he goes, no, probably not. And I'm like, okay, I guess I got to put that back. And we walk over and he picked out that snowboard, the bindings, the boots. It's just how it goes. I've learned being friends with Sam means that he picks everything out. I ride it, and then because he won't ride it if it's not the right thing. So
what Richard and Logan are saying is I'm a narcissist. So if you want to hang out with me, just be prepared for that, because I obviously
no, you're not a narcissist. You're just very intelligent about. You're very convincing of getting people to buy other stuff, and somehow it ends up in your garage, and you probably have more hours on all of that stuff than the person who owns it.
Collectively, I don't know. You put a lot of hours on your Honda at the cabin.
I did.
So check this out. Richard had his Honda at the cabin all summer, right? And it's got tubeless in it. So I haven't been thinking about it. And anyways, we get on the bike to go check the game cams, and I look at his tires, and his front and rear tire are flat. And I'm like, your tires are flat. He's like, really? Like, yeah, they're flat. There's no air in them. And he's like, oh, I didn't even notice. So I'm like, crap, maybe the inner, and then I'm like, he's never going to check the inner bladder of the tubeless. And that's like the secret. You got to make sure you always check the inner bladder.
Never checked it.
Luckily, each of them have above 70 PSI, right? They should be 110 PSI. So I pump them up. Well, come to find out, they just been leaky. And one tire he had plugs in it that we plugged, and it just would leaky. And he's been riding the entire summer on flat tires. He's like, yeah, this grip's awesome. It's like,
I do have to say though, when it ends up at the cabin, it doesn't. If it ends up in my garage, it doesn't get washed. The air filter doesn't get changed as frequently as it should, and I don't even check the air tire. So I actually, I joke about it, but really, I love it when Sam takes my bike home because it gets cleaned. It gets cleaned.
I mean, look at it. Showroom quality. Put a battery in.
I would squirt it down, but I'm horrible at maintaining stuff like that. So I tease you. It's actually.
I know. Stuff. Listen, it's the truth. I ride everyone's bikes. I put all the hours on it, so I better do all the labor fixing them.
It's good, and I've got one more thing that I'm worried that Sam's talked me into that I'm going to get to in a second. But before I do, Sam. Let's see. Sam said he wants to ride with Richard, and Dirt Bike Tyson Hockey said
he wants to feel. They want to feel good about themselves. They want to feel good about themselves.
I'm not that good. Let's be honest. I just act like I'm good.
I'd love to
go on that ride. I was giving her all I had to stay in front of everybody.
Oh man! And then Dirt Bikes Ice and Hockey said he did get the KTM 200.
Nice.
Yes, I bring back the KTM 200 KTM because you watch all of my videos. I know KTM Corp in Austria. Bring back KTM 200 XCW and XE. Get rid of the stupid 150.
Yeah.
Beta's killing you guys with that motor.
The 200's money. I love the 200.
Wait, Sam, is Sam the guy that we went and rode to Brighton with?
No. So, you know Tim from Decent Garage?
He jumped on, by the way. Tim's on now too.
Tim, sorry, I was saying bad things about Tim, saying he didn't want to anymore because
Sam's offending people again.
So Tim has a awesome channel called Decent Garage, and builds some of the raddest freaking trucks. If you want to go check that out, they're so I'm jealous of it. Of course, one of his trucks almost killed him, so you need to go watch that video. Like I was
the truck that almost killed him.
Yeah, I was sweating and I know right where he. Anyway, I won't give it away. So go watch his channel, and he also builds he has an XR 400, and we were gonna do some stuff where we were gonna go and I was gonna ride some of his rad bikes that he built and kind of collab. That's gonna happen this spring. Snow groomers just took all my time. No, so we went and rode with Tim, and Sam is Tim's uncle.
Okay.
So Sam lives in California, but he's got a place here in Utah and comes out, every so often. And Sam had a Beta 300 RR, and he was telling me he's going to get his wife an X Trainer, and he's like, "You should test it out." And I'm like, "I would love to. I would love to try the X Trainer 300. It's supposed to be an amazing bike, but I want to try it at 5 miles of hell." So Tim and Sam and Richard, you guys want to go ride 5 miles of hell with me?
5 miles of hell and do it.
Yeah, guess. I'm not going unless Will's going. Just kidding.
I guarantee you we can get Will to go. The question is, do we do? So
when we rode 5 miles of hell, pretty much all the hard technical stuff, I just got off and they rode the bike up, and I walked up. So
listen, Rich,
I'm not riding up that.
He did really well. He's tougher than he lets off.
I do have to say, though, my true love is snowboarding. So if you guys are bored, I'll go ride bikes with you, but I'll for sure make it happen if you bring up snowboarding. So
Richard loves the slash the snow. So do I, but I get torn between the two. Ride the dirt bikes in the summer. And
so Sam and I actually have something. So we are so excited. So our lifelong dream, as far as the snowboarding world goes. So this is my lifelong dream, but I have to categorize that as snowboarding for Sam.
It's my lifelong dream too. I got lots.
Is to go ride in the backcountry of Alaska. And so we had this random guy call us up with our snow groomer company. We started learning about him, and we found out that he started the first heli operation in Alaska 30 years ago.
Forever.
And and so long story short is basically we are going to trade a snow groomer for him, and Sam and I are going to go ride with him up in Alaska and outside of Haines, Alaska, for a week to go heliboarding up there. So that's going to happen.
If we die going off a cliff, we get rides to Backcountry Live to Logan. Just you guys have
nice.
So Sam and I are super stoked about that.
It's Alaska's the big leagues for, it's kind of for the hard enduro guys, it's Eritzburg for them. That's Alaska's it'll be the most awesome thing for snowboarding that we've yet done. And the funny thing is for whatever reason, our snowboarding stuff, which we actually, I feel have better quality video doing it, is no one cares about the snowboard stuff. So we will be posting content for ourselves. It's maybe because we don't appeal to we're just big old mountain boarders. We're not the teeny boppers that are doing the rails and tricks and stuff. We just we
gotta go hit the half pipes. Yeah. If we did that,
exactly. We're not doing anything cool.
Hey, I used to do backflips. I mean, I could try and break my back doing a backflip again.
That'll get lots of views. Let's try it. Anything.
So Logan, another news is Logan has a torn shoulder, possibly a blown out knee.
What?
Well, I definitely have the ACL. I definitely tore my ACL, and I found out. Well,
What'd
I
you
go
do?
in next week to find out if I tore my labrum in my right shoulder.
What did you
So-
do?
How did you do your shoulder injury, Logan?
I don't know. There may or may not be a dedicated video on Backcountry Live
Dude,
highlighting.
it looks
that
like
crash.
you broke. What video is that? It really it looks like I'm shocked you did not break your collarbone or your shoulder when you.
I
hit
was
so
shocked.
hard.
So when I
He
landed,
pile drived.
yeah,
into
when I
the-
landed, I hit just straight
Me
on
too.
and immediately lost all feeling in my arm, like just completely. It was gone. And so I was sitting there doing this, going, okay, where's the brake? Like, where is it? Like, something's broke. Like, I thought
Oh.
for sure. But
What happened to your
And
knee?
the good friend I am, I'm like, who knows where I am at? I come wandering
20
back,
minutes
and I'm
later,
like,
sounds
where is
like,
he?
where's
He's like
Logan?
laying like this, and I'm
Yeah,
like, oh no. And so I'm like, he's like, I'll be all right. Instead of being like, no, you're not all right. I'm like, okay,
Let's keep
We'll just
going.
Yeah.
wait, all right.
and this is
And we
this
go
is at 7:00 in the morning, 8:00 in the morning. We rode the entire day. after
the
that.
entire day
The entire day.
with a jacked up shoulder. Now, I will say Logan is probably the most in shape human I personally know, and that actually helps a lot. So fitness is,
Sam
as you
knows
know,
like
it's
4 people, so don't be too flattered.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
we don't want to get into my personal life, all right? I try hard, but not. I scare away the Stevensons. Like Tim and Sam won't ride with me anymore.
Dude, what happened to your knee? I didn't hear about this.
So my knee was actually from like high school. Like I didn't even know, like it was, because so what happened was I was playing soccer, indoor soccer, and I twisted it funny and it felt weird or whatever. And so a few days later it was actually fine, but I was like, that was probably not good, whatever it was. I'll go get it checked out. I go in and the doctor, he takes like 2 seconds, just moves it just for a second, and he's like, yeah, your ACL's torn. Like it's completely torn, and it's been torn for like at least 10 years. Like it's been torn forever. And so he's like, I wouldn't recommend fixing it. He's like, don't worry about having surgery on it. Don't repair it. He said, just unless it bothers you, which it really doesn't, obviously, which is the same thing with my shoulder. I probably won't get my shoulder fixed because it's been what, Sam, 2 years since, that happened. And yeah, I just don't notice.
Yeah, it's been almost over 2 years actually. It's
Yeah.
probably been 3.
Yeah. So it doesn't, like, every once in a while, outstretched, stuff, I can feel
Holding a
it.
chainsaw above your head.
Yeah, doing that kind of stuff.
Which he did all the time while he was out here working on the cabin stuff.
Exactly.
And then hiking with a bad knee and a chainsaw. Super smart.
Dude, that's fun. I just figured out how to get to the chat, guys. So I'm just reading all this stuff. Good stuff.
Okay. Well, you want to answer questions because I think that's more important than hearing us talk about.
Decent Garage signed off. Dirt Bike's Nice Hockey said now he knows where to drop your bike off. Seriously, drop your bike off. If you drop a dirty bike off in Sam's garage, he cannot help it. He will clean it. It might take him a day or two, but it will get cleaned. He'll just walk by like, ugh, and he just can't help it. So
I love a pretty bike. I love to clean the bike, and I get like the what are those white sponges? The magic sponge. What are those
The
called?
magic eraser.
And I get all the black marks off the bike.
Oh, really? It's just so satisfying, right, Sam?
It's so satisfying, but don't do it until if you buy a new bike with magic eraser, it will take off the sheen that's on the new plastic. So once your sheen's gone from your new plastic, the magic eraser is a secret that I use to get off scuffs. And then new bike in a can. It's SE1 like Maxima. It smells so good. What else, Richard? What other comments?
Well, I mean, that's pretty much about it. Logan
Everyone
called
else
some
signed
of it,
off. I got
so.
bored of us telling stories.
We're just talking to ourselves here, you know.
We joke, but that's the only reason we do these, because apparently we only have like a few people that we know.
This is the campfire, man.
No, I love it. No, we have some guys on, so I appreciate you guys on. We probably should wrap it up. I know we like to hear ourselves talk, but
yeah. Just as a reminder, dirt bike and ice hockey was one of our winners. Iron Thumb and Ride Idaho. Congrats, you guys.
Thanks, guys. Congrats for winning. Stay tuned for more stuff. Hopefully, all of you guys listening will be able to get something sweet from us at one point. Is the plan. And you guys have a great night.
See you on the trail.
yeah.
See ya. Rich, we all can stay on as Sam Evasil stops everything. So I think we're going to start. Are we still live? This is the episode of Sam.